Hey everybody, it's your Desiree. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know if I should use my mic, but mm, let me see if I should use my. Oh, say something. Okay, is this thing working? Let me see. Okay, so let me see if I can fix this cord. What's this other cord that's hanging? It's a lot of different cords, so um, I mean, the angle is a little bit weird. Usually, like when I sit with this thing, it's like I don't have to adjust it too much. But anyways, it's your girl Desiree. I am back with day 2 of the I wish I can turn it this way. Yeah, I'm back with day 2 of the thankfulness thing that I'm doing. I guess you can call it like a series. Um This necklace here is my paternal grandmother's necklace. It was given to me by my paternal grand aunt, her sister. So my paternal grandmother passed away last year, I believe, and I was given some of her things. I didn't really get to know her because I didn't grow up with my father. So I felt like, why not wear this for today? Because I wanted to wear these earrings. These are not from her. These are something that I bought myself. But I thought that it would look cute together. And today is the 5-month mark of the lock journey and since the big chop. So I'm like, why not, dress up a little bit, and look a little cute. So yeah. But yeah, today is day 2 of the thankfulness. And today I basically want to talk about I'm thankful for patience. And as I was thinking about it, because I was talking out loud amongst myself today, this morning, and I was thinking like patience reminds me of grace. And grace is what allows us to grow. Grace is not a license for us to continue to keep doing bad things. I don't want to say bad things, but keep missing the mark and continuing to keep engaging in behaviors that are not healthy for ourselves and or other people. Grace is a chance for us to see that we are worthy of still being loved even though we are flawed. I have my retainer in. I know somebody said they liked the way I sound my retainer in, so I was like, I guess I'll just keep it in because I fell asleep at some point and then I had to put my retainer in somewhere overnight or whatever, so that's why I still have it in. But I don't know why this thing keeps flickering. They told me that to make sure that like my tabs and stuff are closed, and I'm using like direct, not using Wi-Fi and using like the direct connection, and I did that, but it's still flickering. So sorry about that. But I have to figure it out. Um, let me see if I need to add some light. Okay, y'all probably can see me a little better now. Yeah, so like I was saying, grace allows you to see, even though I'm flawed, even though I missed the mark, even though sometimes I do things that are not healthy for myself and for other people, I'm still worthy of love, and that can empower you to want to improve. Because sometimes when we make mistakes and people beat us upside the head about it, they keep holding it over our heads, they're accusing and they're continuing to be criticizing. It can really make us destroy, because we already feel bad as is that we've made a mistake, and then now somebody is continuing to punish us over and over again. And it doesn't mean that you still shouldn't be held accountable for what you do, what you say. I'm not saying that. But I'm talking about when you are being punished and you are being accused and criticized. And this is what the enemy does. The enemy is the accuser, and he'll continue to hold things over our head. He'll have people come and bring up things that we've done that we've already, tried to move past. We've been making changes, or we're in the process of trying to make changes, and the person is still bringing up stuff. This is the enemy. This is not God, because God doesn't move like that. Yes, we have to be held accountable for the things that we do, but even when there are consequences, we are still met with love, and we are still met with grace. And mercy allows you to not bear the penalties of what you really could bear, but grace allows you to grow. Grace is like, okay, I understand you're flawed. I understand that it's going to take you time to grow. I'm not expecting you to change overnight. So I'm going to give you grace. I'm going to give you patience. I'm going to give you time to actually develop yourself and make the changes that you need to make. And if you fall again, yes, there may have to still be consequences, but I see that you're making a change. I see that you're growing, and I'm going to extend grace. And as you continue to progress and progress and progress, I'm continuing to give you grace as you continue to become a better person. That's how God deals with us. That doesn't mean that there are not still consequences, but He deals with us from a place of love. And I believe that some people in our lives, they know how to exemplify that. They are very gracious people. They're very patient people. They're very long suffering people. They're not pushovers. They're not punks. They're not people pleasers. They will call things out. They will address things if necessary, but at the same time, they know how to extend grace. You know what I mean? And today I wanted to say that I'm thankful for having people in my life like that, who extend patience, who extend grace. I don't know what's going on with this connection. It's really like aggravating me right now because I don't have anything else open. I'm gonna have to figure out what's wrong with that. If you know how to do technology and stuff, please let me know, because I don't know. I can't wait till my hair gets longer, y'all, because this stuff here, I want it to, be full. It's like tiny, but I tried to put it together a little bit, da da da. But yes, like I was saying, I'm very grateful for those people, and I'm thankful that I have learned to grow in that way as well, because it's not just, oh, I want people to be patient with me. I want people to give me grace. Am I giving grace to other people? Am I being merciful to other people? You know what I mean? Like, am I giving people a chance to grow? Yes. Don't be passive aggressive. Be clear and transparent, and let people know if there's things that they're doing or saying that you don't like. But at the same time, be willing to give people grace. Now, if it's something that's obviously a deal breaker, then you have to release people in love, maybe separate from them, or whatever the case might be. That's another story. If it's something that's is that egregious or whatever, right? But if it's something that can be talked about and worked out, why do I need to keep beating somebody over the head over and over again about something that they've done? If somebody's trying to learn something new and I'm trying to teach them, I need to be patient with them. I need to extend grace. Even though it may come fast to me, that doesn't mean it comes fast to them. For example, I've been through a lot of things in my life. And sometimes, like, I've had to remember, just because I can go through that stuff doesn't mean somebody else can. I had a friend call me out on that one time. She was like, just because you can do that and you can handle that doesn't mean I can. We're two different people. And I don't like when you compare me to yourself or compare me to other people. That's unfair. We're different people. So on one hand, I agree. I understand that, there's some things that I'm doing that you don't like, and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, don't try to make me feel bad that I can't. And that wasn't my intentions. My intentions wasn't to make her feel bad or to beat her over the head. But sometimes when we're so used to carrying such a heavy load and we've been through all this stuff in our lives, it's like when we see other people going through things, we're like, I've been through that times 10. So I don't see why the person can't just get this right or fix this or fix that. But that's not love. Love says, I understand that we're all different. I understand that we all have different strengths and different weaknesses. I understand that we all have different experiences that we've had as a child growing up. We've all been raised differently. Even if you were raised in a healthy home, that doesn't mean that you still may not have some challenges. Maybe you was raised in a healthy home, but you was sheltered, or maybe you was raised in a healthy home, but you wasn't taught certain things. And maybe I was, because I've had so many other different experiences, and I had to learn those experiences from an early age because of how I grew up. but you didn't have to learn that, which is great because you didn't have to go through the same things. But if that's the case, then I should have patience towards you. Um, so I've had to learn that with myself as well. Even when it comes to dating, you want a man to be patient with you, but you're not patient with him. The minute that he does something, you're beating him over the head, you're holding over his head, you keep bringing it up, you're ready to end the relationship at the drop of a dime when y'all could have easily have worked that out. But you want to be married one day. Well, how am I gonna get married if I'm ready to, be out the door at the drop of a dime because I feel some type of way? Like I said, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't address things if it needs to be addressed. But for me to just jump ship like that, but then I say I want to be married when marriage is supposed to be a lifelong thing. Marriage, the foundation of marriage is love. Yes, you're supposed to look at the other components too. Do we have our morals and values aligned? What does the finances look like? Do we both want kids? You can't just have love and not, you know what I mean? See if you are even compatible, obviously, because love ain't going to carry you through if y'all are completely on two different pages, right? You can love each other all day long, but if he's over here and you're over there, how is that going to work? So, yes, the finances, the children, the everything else matters, but even within all of that, the foundation should still be love. So, I think that's really important for us to think about. And as we're going closer to the holidays, like I said yesterday, I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving in the true sense of like the history behind it. Cause I know there's a lot of like dark stuff behind it. A lot of these holidays, there's a lot of dark stuff behind it. So I'm not really the type of person to celebrate holidays. And I don't celebrate Halloween. I don't really celebrate Christmas. Thanksgiving is kind of like, I do like to be around people and talk about what you're thankful for. I think that's great. But I think even though I may not celebrate it in the true sense of it, that doesn't mean that I still don't think this is a nice time to talk about what you're thankful for and to kind of like also remind other people of that as well. There's so much stuff going on in the world right now. There's so much deception going on. There's so much debauchery going on. There's so much evil and yeah, deception. I can't stress that anymore. There's deception in every single facet of society. Even in the areas that you may not think that there's deception there. So it's a breath of fresh air to be able to say, what am I thankful for? What am I thankful that I have these things? Patience. Yesterday was, well, I don't want to say what yesterday was. Y'all got to go back and watch that. But today is patience. Okay. And I'm grateful for those who have had patience with me, especially like my godmother, because I remember when I was younger, I used to be rebellious. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm grown now. I didn't want to listen. And, I was going through a lot and it really affected our relationship greatly because we were, at odds a lot. I didn't go through like a teenage phase where I acted out. I feel like that happened to me in my young adulthood because I was a late bloomer. So, yeah. But thankfully, I made some changes since then. And while our relationship has blossomed, I feel like our relationship is really good now, So I'm thankful for that. But it was through her patience, it was through her grace that she extended to me that I was able to grow. She never excused it, whatever, but it was like, wow, you see how you could be so flawed and somebody could still love you and they could still accept you. They don't excuse stuff. They still call it out. There's still consequences, but there's still grace there that allows you to grow. And even now, like there have been times when she says, I'm proud of you. I've seen the change that you made. I've seen all the work that you put in, going to college, doing this, doing that, trying to make change with your life, even though things may not have gone the way you wanted to go. But I'm still proud of you to see how you've grown and how you changed and developed over these years. So I'm grateful that somebody sees that because sometimes people, they only see the negative of me, which is unfortunate. They don't see the positive parts of me. So it's nice to have somebody who really sees you for who you really are. Yeah, they see the bad, but they see the good too. And that's a part of patience. When you're teaching somebody to drive, you're teaching somebody how to swim, you're teaching somebody how to braid and do hair, you're teaching somebody how to cook. The part of patience is also seeing the good in them. Okay, you can't make rice. Okay, let's try. Let's put the water together. Let me show you how to kind of gauge the water and season this and season that, how to watch the pot as it's cooking and it's coming together with I could easily be like, oh, making rice is easy because for me making rice is not hard because I make rice and it's not nothing to me because I've already learned. But for somebody else, it could be very difficult. They could be very frustrated. They could be very, sometimes even embarrassed that they may not be able to do that. So for me to shame them, or to not necessarily, not to shame them, but to not be patient with them, this is not helpful in their learning process. So yes, if they're not paying attention to the stove, if they're not being responsible, then I mean, like, look, this is serious. You got to pay attention to the stove. You got to watch the water. You got to put more. You got to listen. You got to be stern sometimes when you are dealing with people. But at the same time, it should be from a place of love. I'm doing this because this is important for you to know this, because this is important. Cooking safety is important. When you teach somebody how to cook, you gotta teach them safety, because it can start a fire. They can get burned. Somebody else can get burned. It can start a fire, right? So it's important. They need to learn that. Teach them how to drive. If they make a mistake, you gotta look. You gotta pay attention. You gotta look in the mirrors. You gotta do this. I'm not trying to beat you up, but you gotta be serious. This is a serious thing. You're handling machinery, and there's other people on the road. This is somebody's life. This is your life. This is our life. This is other people's lives. So you're not trying to beat them over the head for a mistake, but you also want them to understand the seriousness of their missing the mark, and then you extend grace and patience to them as they grow so that they can become better. And then when they make changes, you say, wow, congratulations, you just made that turn. That was actually pretty good. Okay, I see you made the rice. It's a little bland. It could be a little more seasoned, or it's a little sticky, or it's a little hard, but you did great. The fact that she was able to do it and get to this point, I'm so proud of you. Let's start again. Let's try it. And that motivates people. That made people feel like, wow, even though my rice may not taste good, even though it may be sticky or maybe too hard, look at how proud this person is of me. Wow, that makes me want to do it even more. I'm glad that they see the progress that I'm making, and that's how I believe relationships should be. And if you can't see that in somebody, and you only see the negative in them, and it's that bad, then maybe you should release them in love. Don't keep beating them over the head and accusing them and criticizing them, for the fact that they're not moving at the pace that you want, or maybe you just are done. You don't want to give them the patience and the mercy. Okay. But just know that when we don't extend grace to other people, sometimes God doesn't extend grace to us. Sometimes we don't extend grace to other people, when it's time for us to receive grace from people, we don't receive it. And sometimes it's at the time we need it the most that we don't receive it. So we have to be careful. There's been times when I didn't receive grace from a person. I was so hurt. I was like, wow, I would have extended grace to you. I would have given you a chance, because I know that, you know what I mean? I didn't do it to you on purpose. And it was so hurtful, because I was like, I know I would have moved differently. But everybody's different. Okay, whatever. But then God had to remind me, like, what about that other person? You didn't extend grace to them. So sometimes when we need the grace, we don't receive it because we didn't extend it to somebody else. So, and the worst person that you don't want to miss grace from is God. Because it says, those blessed are those who are merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And I'm not trying to like make it into a Bible thing. I just grew up in a church, so sometimes my scriptures come to my mind. But sometimes not only will you not receive mercy from other people, you won't receive it from God. And that's scary. Because he's the ultimate person who extends mercy, right? So we have to be very careful. I'm not saying don't call things out. Don't hold people accountable. If you have to release them in love, release them in love. But it always, the foundation should always be love. And if we are going to keep people there, we are going to continue to deal with them, then we need to extend grace. And we need to extend it, and we need to allow people to know that, yes, there's consequences. Yes, this is what it is. But I am allowing you to grow because I see the good in you. I see the progress in you. And that's something. And now that I'm saying that, I need to be more congratulatory towards people as well when they are, when I am being patient and I'm trying to be patient. I need to congratulate them for the growth that they are making. So a part of being patient people is not just, okay, I'm going to watch and see what they do. It's also, when I see you making progress, thank you. I told you that I want you to call more. I want you to do this more. I seen that you called this time. Thank you. I seen that you made plans this time. Usually it's always me. Thank you for making plans this time. I see that you, in the past, you've lied. This time you told the truth. And I knew it wasn't easy for you to tell the truth. Thank you for telling the truth. I respect that. I see that you're making progress. You know what I mean? So a part of being patient is not just, keeping somebody around and not beating them over the head, but also congratulating them for the progress that they have made. because that will also motivate them to do even more. And of course, people should want to do good on their own, but relationships are a two-way street, and we are not a monolith. But we're not a monolith. We're not an island. No man is an island, so we all kind of feed off of each other, whether we believe it or not. I don't care how independent a person is; they are being influenced by other people. So when we have a certain level of patience towards people, it does motivate them more. No, you know what I mean? Like they can do it on their own, but why not congratulate? Why not extend that to another person? If you love them, why not give that? So that's something that I'm kind of coming to as I'm saying that. But anyways, I'm gonna stop here because this video is now 20 minutes. I didn't want it to be this long, but I kind of got caught up in the topic. So I hope that y'all was able to hear me because I'm using this mic. And yeah. But happy 5 months to the lock journey. Life Spare next month will be 6 months, and I'm looking forward to a year. But patience. That is the word for today. Patience, right? Not just patience for ourselves and other people, but patience for the journey. So we are thankful for others being patient with us. We want to grow and be patient with other people. And we also are thankful for the patience that we are receiving to go through the journeys in our lives, whether it's a lock journey, whether it's a journey in business, whether it's a journey, even if you're a YouTuber and you're trying to be monetized, you're trying to grow, patience in that, patience in learning a new skill. Like I mentioned before, learning how to drive, learning how to swim, learning how to cook. Patience is a part of the journey as well. And if you are receiving patience, if people in your life are motivating you, or you're finding things online, because when you seek, you will find. Those who seek truth will find it. When God sees that you really want to grow, He's going to send you people and send you information that you want. People who don't see truth, it's either because it's not time for them to see it yet, or they just don't want to see it. But when you truly seek, because I'm a person who's a true seeker. I've been that way since I was a child. So that's how I've had so many other people that I follow online who are also true seekers who say the same thing. When you are truly that way, you will find it. The things that I find, sometimes I don't even have to look for it. I'm like, wow, this is exactly what I needed. So thankful for the patience and the journey, and you receiving everything that you need to receive so that you can be patient as you're going through the journeys that you're going through in life, whatever journey it is. Whether you are not dating right now and you want to be in a relationship, patience. Maybe you are in a relationship and you're married and y'all want children but it hasn't happened, patience. And our mindset that we have while we're being patient, are we joyful? Are we grateful? Are we appreciative? Is there a state of gratitude? Are we learning? Are we allowing ourselves to learn? Because we could be patient all day. Oh, I want my locks to be long, but you're not even learning. Because right now I got some challenges that I'll talk about more next month. But it's like you want your hair to be long, but you already got to learn how to take care of this, because this is, this little bit that you got here, to me is a little bit. Some people say it's not, but to me it's a little bit. You got to learn that, because then if it's long down your shoulders or your back and you have the same challenges, it's going to be more challenging. You want more money, you want more this, you want more that, but you haven't mastered what you already have. Or you're not even grateful for what you have because you're constantly, I gotta get long locks. I gotta learn how to this. I gotta get to that. I gotta get this money. And you're not even sitting in the moment of being able to say, thank you for this journey that I'm currently on, the patience that I'm learning in this journey, the lessons that I'm learning. A lot of times, sometimes we're in situations we're in because we lack patience. And that's a part of the lesson. A part of the lesson is learning to be patient, learning to grow, learning to use that time that we're waiting to develop ourselves into the way that we need to be, so that when it's time for us to receive what it is that we desire, we can actually appreciate it. We can actually handle it in a responsible way. We can use it to be a blessing for somebody else. Sometimes we get things too soon and we don't know what to do with it because all of a sudden now you got $1,000,000 and you haven't even mastered how to have a $20,000 or even less. So now you run through the money quickly, or it becomes a snare to you, and now you're worse off than you were before you had the money. You want the body, you want this, you want that, but I'm not appreciative of the body that I already have. I'm not even taking care of the body I already have, but I want to have this, I want to have that. You know what I mean? So we have to be honest with ourselves about that when it comes to patience. And yeah, it's a journey, it's a lesson in of itself. So take care, y'all. And I'm gonna go because I've been talking for a long time. And yeah, happy 5 months, like I said. And I aim to be back tomorrow. If I don't always come on camera, I will still come on audio, right? So I'm not 100% sure that I'll be on camera every single day of these 7 days. I'll try to. Um, but yeah, I'll be life spirit. I'll be here tomorrow. Maybe around the same time, maybe around like 11 or 11:30 or so. Yeah, and I'll come with the next day of thankfulness. So take care, and I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Today is Friday, November 18th, and the weekend is coming up, right? So hope that y'all also have a good weekend, and a restful weekend. So especially tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be resting and not be focusing on I gotta look for this, look for that. I try to be in a mindset of rest. So yeah, take care, and I hope y'all I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Or whenever you watch this. Okay, bye.